Do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button, guys, if you're new to the channel and if you enjoyed this video, because I do appreciate it. Let's criticize Tyson Fury this afternoon. Okay, because Tyson Fury needs criticism. Okay, because it's official. He will be facing Tom Schwarz as his first opponent on this ESPN fight deal that he has going on with BT Sports and, Top Rank Promotions, Frank Warren, and so on. So this is going to be his first fight. Now, I have to criticize Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury goes around saying that he is the Lineal heavyweight champion, right? He calls himself a champion, right? He says that both AJ and Wilder are two dossers. They're two bum dossers. They're two pair of dossers, bums, heavyweight champion bums, and he's the real champion because he's the Lineal champion. He holds the Lineal title. Well, so I gotta hold him to the same standard that I hold Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Because if I heard that Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder were fighting Tom Schwarz, I would be crucifying them. So I gotta hold him to the same standard. So this is why if you are a Lineal champion, as you claim, fight a guy who is basically a worthy challenger. Defend your Lineal status against a guy who's a worthy challenger. Okay? Not a guy like Tom Schwarz. This guy, Tyson Fury, goes around calling Anthony Joshua and Jarrell Miller two pairs of dossers, bums, fighting each other. And by the way, in the comment section below of this video, can you please enlighten me and let me know what the definition of the word dosser means? I mean, I hear Tyson Fury tossing that word around all the time. He calls Deontay Wilder a dosser. He calls Anthony Joshua dossers. He calls them dosser bums. I have a feeling it's not a compliment because it looks like it's a form of an insult, but I don't understand. I don't know the meaning of it, So please let me know what that means below in the comment section, please. So you can't go around calling Anthony Joshua's opponent or title defenses against Jarrell Miller as a bum fight, as a fight between two pair of dosser bums, when you're fighting and defending your Lineal status against a guy who's 10 times worse than somebody like Dominic Brazil or somebody like Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Nobody knows. People went around saying no one knows who Jarrell Miller is, but trust me, homie, people know who Jarrell Miller is. When the UK boxing fans heard and found out that Anthony Joshua was facing Jarrell Miller, some of them didn't like that fight, okay? I admit, some of them came to me and they were like, I don't really like this fight. I don't feel that Jarrell Miller deserved this title opportunity. But they knew who he was. It wasn't like they didn't come to me and tell me, oh, who's Jarrell Miller? They knew who he was because Jarrell Miller has a mouth and he's been fighting. He's been fighting guys at least that we heard of, like Gerard Washington, like a Johan Duhaupas, like a like a Thomas Adamick. He at least fought people that we heard of. So that's why we knew who he was, right? People knew who he was. Even though some boxing fans did not like that matchup, they still knew who he was. That's the difference with Tyson Fury and Tom Schwarz. No one knows who Tom Schwarz is. And that's the biggest reason why why boxing fans are criticizing this matchup, is no one knows who Tom Schwarz is. Who is Tom Schwarz? I want to know who was the genius who sat down and was scouting a fighter to put in there against Tyson Fury. I want to know who was the genius, the Einstein, who picked Tom Schwarz and thought to himself, this will be a good opponent to have Tyson Fury fight in front of an American crowd. This Tyson Fury fighting this guy, defending his Lineal status against this guy, will make the American boxing crowd know who he is. Seriously, who was the genius? Because you know what people say. Sometimes it's not the fighter's fault. Sometimes the fighter, he just fights. He just fights. Tyson Fury says himself, he's just the fighter. You have to blame the promoters because they're the ones who go around and pick and choose the guy, right? So I gotta blame the promoters then, right? How did they think this was a good idea to put him in there against a guy who's virtually unknown, a guy from Germany? I've seen German boxing fans say, who this? Who this? I don't know who Tom Schwarz is. That's how unknown he is, that even people in his own country don't know who he is. Right? Who was the genius who thought that was a good opponent for him? It's not going to do anything for him. People don't know who this guy is. Okay? And this is what I don't understand. There are hundreds upon hundreds of boxers out there. You mean to tell me the person sitting down, the person scouting for Tyson Fury's first fight on ESPN couldn't find a better quality opponent? You mean to tell me out of all the quality opponents out there, you couldn't find somebody who's at least recognized by the hardcore boxing fans, even by maybe some casual boxing fans? I mean, you got guys out there like, Amir Mansour, Chris Arreola, Adam Konacki, Kuret Pulev. Shit, even Razvan Kajano is more known than Tom Schwarz. That's right. If it was announced that Tyson Fury was fighting Razvan Kajano, that fight, people would be criticizing that. But I'm telling you right now, at least people would know who Razvan Kajano is. Because they'll be like, all right, I know who this guy is because Razvan Kajano is more known than Tom Schwarz. I mean, if you're going to fight Tom Schwarz, you might as well fight one of the prospects, one of the young prospects. You might as well fight Nathan Gorman. You might as well fight Daniel Dubois, because these guys are in the level. No, these guys should be fighting someone like Tom Schwarz. Guys like Nathan Gorman, guys like Daniel Dubois, they should be fighting someone like Tom Schwarz. Matter of fact, what's his name? George Joyce. George Joyce has like 10 fights. George Joyce fought a more known opponent right now than somebody like Tyson Fury when he fought Bermane Stiverne. Because Bermane Stiverne is far more known than someone like, Tom Schwarz. Shit, Daniel Dubois just knocked the Razvan Kajana out cold. So he actually just fought a more known opponent than somebody like Tyson Fury is currently fighting. Like I said, Daniel Dubois should be fighting someone like Tom Schwarz, not a unified or a former unified champion. Okay? Here's the thing. Tyson Fury goes around calling himself the Lineal champion. So I'm going to hold Tyson Fury to the same standard that I hold Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder is. And I will be criticizing or applauding him with the choice of opponents he's facing. And this is why I got to be critical with this opponent, because this is not a good quality opponent. Okay? This is not a good quality opponent. You can't go around talking shit about other champions in your division and saying they're fighting nothing but dosser bums, but then you defend your lineal, quote-unquote lineal title against a guy that no one ever heard of. Okay? Because that just makes you look dumb. If you're going to talk shit, at least fight dudes that are known. People were saying he was going to fight Oscar Varez. What happened to that fight? Why is he not fighting Oscar Varez? Oscar Varez is not a big name. You mean to tell me they couldn't pay Oscar Varez, decent amount of money? I mean, it's not like Oscar Varez is a massive star that you got to give him like, $20 million to fight Tyson Fury. I would imagine you could pay Oscar Varez $100,000 and he'll fight Tyson Fury. Brian Jennings is not a big star like that. I would imagine you could pay him like $100,000. But I think it's the thing where because Tyson Fury is, because remember, Tyson Fury is getting paid supposedly $100 million, and if that's true and if that's accurate, that means he's going to be making $20 million to face unknown Tom Schwarz, which is absolutely crazy. Imagine getting paid so much money to fight an unknown bum. Oh, and by the way, I mean, gotta give him props for that though, because that's crazy. I would do it if you're fighting, but anyway. By the way, I've seen a few people say that, but Tom Schwarz is ranked in the top 15 of one of the organizations. I think the WBO or the IBF when it comes to the heavyweight division. Here's the thing. The rankings mean absolutely nothing. Because here's the thing. I learned a long time ago that the people who get put in the rankings and in the sanctioning bodies, not all of them, but a few of them get picked out of obscurity. Don't do anything, and they get put in the rankings. I learned this when Deontay Wilder was defending his belts. Because Deontay Wilder, early on in his career, defended his belts against guys who were ranked in the top 15, right? Guys like Eric Molina, Joe Hinduapaz, Arthur Spilka, Chris Arreola. These guys were actually ranked in the top 15 of the WBC rankings, but they hadn't done anything to deserve those positions. None of those guys did anything to basically where they could claim that they earned the right to put themselves in the top 15. Some of those dudes were literally ranked in the top 100, top 60, top 80, and then the WBC decided to just pick them from the top 60, pluck them from the top 60, and throw them in the top 15. And then Deontay Wilder fans could go around claiming, oh no, what you talking about? He's fighting a top 15 heavyweight. But realistically, he's not fighting a top 15 heavyweight. He's fighting a top 60 heavyweight that they plucked out of obscurity and threw him in there. Okay? Look at, what's his name? Anthony Yarde. Anthony Yarde has fought nothing but bums. The light heavyweight prospect has fought nothing but bums. But somehow, he's in the rankings of the top 15 in the WBO. Somehow, he's being ordered. Somehow, Sergey Kovalev is being ordered to defend his belt, his WBO heavyweight championship, light heavyweight belt against Anthony Yarde. Somehow, Anthony Yarde is the mandatory for Sergey Kovalev. Yeah, he fought nothing but bums. How is it that he could fight nothing but bums and he's put as the number one mandatory for Sergey Kovalev's title? That's what I'm telling you. Sometimes just because a person's in the top 15 rankings of the light heavyweight just because a person is in the top 15 rankings does not mean that he fought a bunch of quality opponents. Does not mean that he's a killer. He's fought a bunch of dudes that you know of. Anthony Yarde is a good prospect, but he fought nothing but bums, and somehow he's ranked in the top 15 of the light heavyweight division of the WBO rankings, right? And this is the same thing for a lot of these other dudes, okay? This Tom Schwarz guy, I don't care if he's ranked in the top WBO heavyweight shanks in the body rankings or IBF or whatever. If you actually take the time to look at this guy's resume, he fought nothing but bums, man. So again, these rankings mean nothing, okay? This guy's really a top 60, top 80 heavyweight. They just picked out of obscurity and they threw him in there in the top 15 rankings to make it seem like he's legit, okay? Again, I have to hold Tyson Fury to the same standards that I hold Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua to. I'm not going to give him praise for fighting Tom Schwarz. This is a bum fight. This is a waste of time fight. Nothing is going... What is he going to achieve here? Okay? Knock out Tom Schwarz in 2 rounds. Woo! Lineal heavyweight championship of the world defended. Come on, man. Listen, the only way I would give Tyson Fury a pass for fighting Tom Schwarz is if he would have got knocked out cold in the very first round against Deontay Wilder last time out. Let's say he would have gotten knocked. Let's say Deontay Wilder landed the same right hand, left hook combination that he landed against Tyson Fury in the 12th round. Let's say he landed that combination against Tyson Fury in the very first round. And let's say he knocked him out cold and Tyson Fury did not get up. And then like say in his next fight they announced he's fighting Tom Schwarz, I will have no problem with that. I'll be like, okay, you know what? It's understandable. Tyson Fury got knocked out cold in the first round against Deontay Wilder. Clearly the rust wasn't off. Clearly he was rushed in there with a Deontay Wilder fight, okay? So I would give him a pass, but that wasn't the case. Tyson Fury went in there and he gave Deontay Wilder, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, a boxing lesson. He schooled him. He put on a boxing masterpiece, and I thought he won. I thought they gave the decision to the wrong guy. No, I thought the decision was wrong. That draw was wrong. I gave Tyson Fury massive credit. You guys could see my post-fight videos. All my post-fight videos after that fight happened, I gave Tyson Fury nothing but respect and credit. So you can't go from fighting and schooling and giving the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder, a boxing lesson to fighting a guy, an obscure opponent that ain't nobody ever heard of. You can't do that. Okay? It doesn't make you look good. Okay, if you fight Deontay Wilder and you give him a boxing lesson, you have to stay fighting guys of that level. You have to stay fighting guys at that level. Fight guys, you can't be going... Fight Luis Ortiz. That would have been a great thing. Luis Ortiz. Okay? Fight Alexander Povetkin. Fight Dillian White. You know, Tyson Fury had so much momentum after his schooling of Deontay Wilder. You want to keep that momentum. Keep fighting legit heavyweights. After that fight, Dillian White. Imagine he schools Dillian White. People be like, oh, wow. Tyson Fury just schooled Deontay Wilder and Dillian White. That would keep his momentum up through the roof. People will be saying, yo, let's see him in there against Anthony Joshua. He just schooled both Deontay Wilder and Dillian White and Alexander Povetkin. Let's see him in there against Anthony Joshua. Come on. Let's have a whole British showdown with Anthony Joshua, with AJ and Tyson Fury. That would keep his momentum. People will be talking about him so much, right? That's how you keep a fighter's momentum. That's how you keep people talking about you. If you school legit heavyweights. People were praising Tyson Fury because he schooled a very known heavyweight in Deontay Wilder. So they were praising him. So imagine he keeps staying with that momentum. Schooling Alexander Povetkin. Schooling Dillian White. Schooling these dudes. Right? People would then start, I want to see him again in there. You know, that will excite boxing fans. That will make them feel like, oh, I want to see him there against, what's his name? Anthony Joshua. Yes, he's back. Tyson Fury is really back. He just schooled Dillian White. He's really back. He's in the same form that he was when he fought Vladimir Klitschko. I want to see him in there against Anthony Joshua. But if he beats Tom Schwarz, no one's going to get hyped up. There's not going to be no momentum behind that. No one's going to even know if he's back to his best, to the version of who fought Vladimir Klitschko. Because it's going to be like, okay, he just schooled or he just knocked out Tom Schwarz. I don't know if he's back 100%, but let's say he went in there in school, then dominated Dillian, the body snatcher White. Then you will know, okay, he's back. Tyson Fury's back, homie. I want to see him. That will excite people. I want to see him there against Anthony Joshua. Come on, let's get this fight popping. Anyway, guys, love to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, as always, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, guys. I'm out.